Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to this brief recording. Today I'm with Christophe from IDEE GmbH, headquartered in lovely Munich, Germany, where I like to visit very often. I've asked Christophe to join me because his company IDEE has a very great multi-factor authentication solution that's out there that we believe can help many customers as they're looking for multi-factor authentication to incorporate into their IT environments and to strengthen their cybersecurity resilience out there. Alex, would you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about IDEE GmbH?
Of course, thank you, Thomas. I'm Alex. I'm half French, half British. I live in Germany. I'm going to sound Dutch to you. It's okay. We, as a company at IDEE, started with the security of digital identities, and that means making sure that they were so strong and trustworthy that you could really rely on those identities. And from there, we really have developed our skills around authentication and multi-factor authentication in particular. I could be speaking for quite a long time, but I will instead show you what it looks like.
Yeah, let's see it. What do you have?
What it really is something that's really sweet for the users and really easy to use. All you have to do is give your username there and click on sign in. And this is an example with Microsoft, but that works with just about anything. And what you'll notice immediately is that the UX is very, very simple. Here, I'm just invited to click on login. I have a very high-end gaming graphics chip, which makes gaming very pleasant on that machine, but every other process is a bit slower. What's happening in the background here is that I'm really seeing a private encryption key that sits on the device that I have here on my desk. And I'm going to be releasing that key by virtue of giving my second factor of authentication in, which is a Windows Hello PIN I have. It could be also facial recognition or fingerprint recognition. And I'm being logged in. That's all I have to do. I've just performed multi-factor authentication, and I'm sensing you may have some questions, Thomas.
Yeah. So what exactly did we see here? What all just happened?
Let me do it again, and I'll give you an explanation on that.
Yep.
So what just happened is, as I click on login here, you're redirected to us as the IDP. And here I'll just address the elephant in the room. Users with us no longer have passwords. This is a fully end-to-end passwordless solution, meaning that here on the Microsoft account, I have no password. I've never been given a password. I don't need to have one. I have no place to use it anywhere in the life cycle of our multi-factor authentication solution.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and actually customers can make lots of savings just there by virtue of the fact they're removing the passwords. We have customers, some of them with 55,000 employees in the US. We're under NDA, I can't name them, they're banks. We have a customer in Germany, it's a global pharma company, and they've paid for our solution in just a few months by virtue of the fact that they have removed the passwords and the overhead that comes with them. Here,
yeah, I guess you don't need a second device or a corporate phone or anything like that. If that's the case, is that correct?
That's absolutely right, Thomas. From a cost saving and general sort of like overhead management perspective, that solution here works with the device that I have on my desk, whether it's a PC or a Mac or a handheld iOS, iPadOS, Android device. I have no requirement for an external device, whether that's a smartphone or any other type of external device like a fob or USB key. It just works with my PC. Now, I just want to talk about also fish-proof and why it's fish-proof. It's a big, bold claim. That dialog box that appears on my screen now as I click on login can technically appear and only technically appear on that combination of username that I have on my screen there in the middle, login URL that I have at the top there, and TPM, or said differently, machine that I'm on. If I'm on the wrong browser, whether it's in a web client or in an in-app view, with the wrong identity or on the wrong machine, that dialog box is technically not available. And that means it's impossible for me to get phished. I cannot log in on a phishing website. It's impossible. And that means technically, it's not advised, obviously, but users could be clicking the whole day long on phishing links and nothing bad would happen.
That would be too easy.
That's a dream, right?
Very cool. Very cool. Well, what all does it work with? I mean, a lot of customers already have solutions out there, identity management solutions and whatnot. How does it all integrate into a customer's existing infrastructure?
That's a great question. So we have here a little diagram that shows the answer to that question, and I'll address again the elephant in the room. Do we work with web apps? Yes, of course, we work with web apps like just about anybody today. But we also work with a bunch of on-premise things like on-premise directories. You know, people may have Active Directory on-premise. They may have a bunch of legacy resources, things like terminal server, RDP, and others that, let's face it, will never go passwordless. And that's okay. There's always a way, whether it's through federation services, ZTNA, or remote protocol solutions or micro-tunneling solutions, to actually protect those on-prem legacy apps with the same level of security, which is ours, phish-proof multi-factor authentication, and the same UX. So for clients out there, this is a world where you have one MFA solution, one user experience for all your corporate identity needs, whether they're on-prem, cloud directory, or indeed enterprise cloud resources. One MFA solution with one level of security, phish-proof MFA.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, not everybody's ready to, how we say it in the US, jump into the deep end with both feet, rather dip our toes in it. So good to hear that your solution is able to help those customers that are in transition to cloud, completely to cloud, or that want to maintain a hybrid environment, that your solution can accommodate those customers as well.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. This is good stuff, Alex. I appreciate it. So with that said, how do customers find you? How can they buy this? How can they demo this if they want to?
Well, by reaching out to EBF Inc., and that would be sales at ebf.com, or someone on your team, Thomas. That would be a great place to start. If customers want to try our solution, they'll have to make some time for it. The best part of 40 minutes is what we require to set up a POC with things like Microsoft or Google, AWS, Okta, anything like this, ping, identity, and whatnot. Yeah, you heard right. 45 minutes and you're set up with a POC.
Not too bad.
But that's pretty swift. And then you can see what it's like. You can also run it in parallel with other authentication tools you may be using, whether it's an authenticator app or something like that. And that really gives you a sense for what it's like to work with us and what it's like to be enabled with same device phish-proof MFA as we provided today. So by all means, reach out to us or reach out to our partner ABF for more information.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for your time, Alex, and for showcasing your solution. And yeah, we hope that you've enjoyed it. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, that's a pleasure. Thank you. Bye-bye.